What's up, everybody? Josh Armijo here. I hope everybody's doing good and well and stuff. I'm here today to do a random music collection update video. I've acquired a bunch of merch over the last couple of months or so, and I figured I'd run down some stuff. I got some patches, tapes, a shirt, some CDs, and some vinyls to show off. So I'm going to get the patches out of the way first. I don't really show patches too often here on this channel, so I figured I'd show you some really cool ones. These first two patches are from a very good friend of mine named the True Patch Master, aka Tom Mandias. He makes some really high-end cloth patches, hand-woven, very articulate, and officially licensed stuff. He does some very specially custom-made stuff too, so these are some of the patches that he creates. The first one is from the band Midnight. Very beautifully done design, and of course if you're a fan of Venom, you can tell that this is a Venom inspired piece. Of course this is Athena, the front man of Midnight, and of course you have the flame, and yeah, very Venom inspired Midnight style patch. It's a red border. There's also black border ones. I believe these are limited to 100 of these, so I'm really happy to have a patch of Midnight. It's going to go on my next vest. Next patch is of the band Nuclear Death. Very influential underground death metal. The Bride of Insect album. Very beautifully stitched on here. Hand woven, gray, black patch, black border. I think this is also limited to 100. Very beautifully done patch. And if you haven't heard Nuclear Death, make an effort to listen to them. They are incredible. Very influential death metal. And these next two patches I got from Redstream. Very good distro, awesome shipping and handling, and definitely a place I'll be ordering more stuff from if I ever see some great deals. First off, we have Autopsy patch, woven patch of Acts of the Unspeakable. Pretty much that's the one Autopsy album. I'm missing two Autopsy albums. Acts of the Unspeakable and Shit Fun, but I'll get them eventually. But I'll have this patch for the next one. Really nice design. And I have a patch of Graham Delisle's Key of the song On a Mule Rides the Swindler. It's a little bit of a light kind of woven style. I would have liked for there to be a bit more color, but still I think this is really nice. And of course you have the old school logo on there. Definitely something I'll be putting on there. And really, they're awesome black metal too. So yeah. Now to show you a shirt. I saw Midnight this past weekend up at Dirty Dog Bar in Austin. It was a co-headlining show between Absu Midnight, also Morgan Grau, Had, Morbosidad, and Widower played. That show was so nuts. It's probably one of the most packed Austin shows I've ever been to. Absolutely amazing show. Every band brought it, especially Midnight. They stole the show. Easily stole the show, and I was able to get a shirt from them. They have shirts that are exclusive to the tours that they do. You won't see these shirts on Hell's Headbangers or anywhere else. This is strictly officially exclusive to them, and this is one of the designs that I saw here. A little bit on the racy side, but I think this is a really awesome t-shirt. Nice design, lots of colors going on this shirt, and on the back it says, "If you want filth, you got it, 2014. Really awesome shirt design. And if you see Midnight live, see them live. They are amazing. Now we're going to get on to the tapes. Got a few demos and a couple of albums to show you. First demo is from my very good friend Jake from Morgan Grau. He has a little black metal-esque sort of project going on right now. This is Volts with crucifragmented synapses, very DIY style, very nice artwork here, dub tape, printed thing with band photos and credits, very DIY style, but there's a lot of potential to be had with this project. Next, I believe this is one of the best demos from last year. This is Malthusian with self-titled demo, 2013 demo, Invictus Productions on a white tape. Really great doomy death metal sort of stuff. Really impressive stuff, and I can't wait to hear more from them. And since I mentioned Redstream earlier, I also acquired this on Redstream. I was shocked they even had it there. Trench Rot have one of the best death metal albums of 2014 with their debut album, but this is the demo that started things all for them. Dragged Down to Hell. Yeah, this is an Embalming Death, Nihilistic Holocaust. This is number 366. I don't know how many of these were pressed, but it's done on a dub tape with the Trench Rot logo put in there, and you have a nice little piece of artwork on the J card sleeve. I don't know if you can see that or not, but I think it's a really nice piece of artwork. And of course, this is what led to Trench Rot getting signed to Unspeakable Acts, and I think this is a killer demo. Really amazing stuff. Now we got some full-length albums in tape form. First off, Insanity, Death After Death, Black Lung Productions tape, Pro Tape. Very influential death metal release. They're going to be releasing their long overdue follow-up, hopefully sometime this year, towards the end of the year or next year. I'm not too sure, but I cannot wait to hear new Insanity. These guys are awesome. Great death metal. Next up, Pathology, Throne of Rain. Of course, if anybody knows, the band self-released their new album by way of a Kickstarter campaign. They pretty much used whatever funds were donated to them to help pay for recording the album, or I don't know what they did, but they self-released the CD, but Gorehouse Productions put together the actual tape, Pro Tape, very nicely done. Good little J-card sleeve with the Parlofson artwork. And as far as my thoughts on the album, I'm not going to lie to you. This is... I honestly don't know how to feel about it. Compared to previous Pathology albums of the past, I would say this is kind of a step down for them. But I do think there are some redeeming qualities about it. I think there are some really good riffs to be heard on here, especially the guest riffs from Sean Kelly and Chris of Coprocephalic. I think the riffs, some of the riffs are really good, but I don't know. I have mixed feelings about it. But if you're a collector, you probably would want to get yourself into this tape. I think it's really cool. Nice little collector's item, and it's cool to own. And last is another little collector's item thing here. Got to shout out my good friend Gus Lister for this one. This is Zaster with All Reflections Drained on Hydrahead Records. Clamshell cassette case. Very, very cool stuff. Of course, you have the miniature booklet with the lyrics and other assorted things. You have some more goodies to be found in this case. You got all these buttons. You got a couple of buttons. You have a screen-printed patch. And, of course, you have the tape in question stored very well here. Very good condition, and I'm very happy to have another great tape from Zaster. Really, really awesome black metal. Okay, now we get on to the CDs. These are in no particular order, and I'm just going to rush by these as quickly as possible. First off, New Nunslaughter, Angelic Dread, incredible death metal. These guys are long-standing pioneers of the death metal underground. They've always been consistent with making great releases. Of course, it's a double CD. You have the actual full-length album and a bonus CD of extra tracks. The bonus CD is really cool, but the actual full-length itself is amazing. It's one of the best death metal albums of 2014. Typical Nunslaughter greatness, I'd say. Next up, gotta give a shout-out to my good friend Justin of Father Befouled. This is Isolator with Culture of Principle and Anti-Human Exaltation on Malignant Records. If you're into harsh noise with death metal structuring, this is something to really pay attention to. Great packaging, amazing, scary music. And he also threw in this really cool little demo here called Dod Salm. I might have pronounced that wrong, so I apologize if I do, but this is another little demo project that Justin is working on. One-man black metal. Of course, it's a very nicely done DIY style release, printed CDR, and of course you have a sheet with the lyrics and credits. Really awesome, and I'm hoping that there will be more great things to come from this particular project. I really like what I hear. Just never fails to make great music. Next up, Bastard Feast with Osculum Infame, the band formerly known as Elitist from Oregon. Amazing sludge. If you're into sludge, crust, hardcore, Bastard Feast are amazing. I kind of wish they didn't change their name, but for what it's worth, they're still the same crazy band that I remember them from previously. It's an amazing record. I love the artwork. I love the style. I love the approach. Bastard Feast are legit. Next up, Cannabis Corpse from Wisdom to Baked, the pothead death metal band, one of the best pot-themed metal bands going. Bit of a lineup change. Landfill is doing the vocals. There's a bunch of guest appearances on here. You got Chris Barnes. You have Trevor Strnad of the Black Dahlia Murder. You got Ross Sewage from Ghoul on here. Really entertaining record. I don't know if I liked it more than Beneath Grow Lights Thou Shalt Rise, but I still think this is a very fun album to listen to. Cannabis Corpse are always delivering some fun music. Next up, we got the new Overkill with White Devil Armory. Pretty much, if you are familiar with the last couple of Overkill full lengths, most notably Ironbound or The Electric Age, you're going to feel comfortable right at home with this style of thrash metal. Very consistently hard-working band. Can't believe they're still going strong. I don't know if I like this more than I do Ironbound, but I still think this album is really fun to listen to. Really straight-up meat and potatoes thrash, but yet these guys deliver it very well here. Next up, Wolves in the Throne Room with Celestite, self-released by the band. Yeah. It's crazy how they changed their sort of black metal sound to create something very interesting, very electronic, kind of like a companion piece to Celestial Lineage. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Tim Hecker or Pink Floyd, if you're into that sort of vibe. That's the kind of vibe I get when I listen to Celestite. It's a very weird album, and I applaud the Weaver brothers for wanting to try something very different. And I think with Celestite, I think they succeed very well here. It's very entrancing stuff. And yeah, if you're a fan of what they've put out, you may find something to enjoy here with this particular album. Next up is a demo, 2014 demo. We got USO. Yeah. If you're they're another really amazing local band. It features people who've been involved with great Texas metal outfits, most notably engaged in Mutilating, HOD. Yeah. Really fun band. If you're into Ghoul or Impaled or Melodic Carcass, USO are definitely a fun band to listen to. Really awesome, professionally printed artwork, CDR. Nicely done job here with this. A lot of potential to be had with USO. Next up, Young and in the Way, When Life Comes to Death. Still an awesome listen. Pretty much if Watain turned hardcore. I think this band pulls it off greatly. Awesome album. Next up, some Brutality from Germany. Abhorrent Castigation with Throne of Existential Abandonment. One of the best brutal death metal albums of 2014 by far. Excellent John Zig artwork. Great layout. Incredible CD. This is the total package. This band is legit. Next up, Omnihility with Deathscape of the Subconscious. Pretty good meat and potatoes tech death. Really had a fun time listening to it, and it's great to... And by the way, I did get this directly from the band, so it's always good to help out bands when they need it. Next up, I got this from my very good friend King Fowley of Deceased. This is the other band that he plays in. October 31st, October 31, with Bury the Hatchet. Really fun, Halloween-themed, horror-themed heavy metal. This album is currently available on Hell's Headbangers. You can buy it directly through King Fowley. Yeah, such a fun and entertaining record. I cannot wait to give this coverage. It is such a fun record to listen to. Next up is one of the best black metal albums of 2014 with Alrune, The Presence of Self-Immolation, The Process of Self-Immolation, excuse me. Really dirty and filthy US black metal. They put out a great demo prior to this, and this is just a continuation of the great ideas that they're bringing forth. This is an awesome split that I'm going to be showing you next. This is Maveth and Embrace of Thorns, A Plague Through the Heavens. Both incredible death metal bands from Finland and Greece respectively, and they both deliver some incredibly devastating death metal, true to its roots, and incredible artwork, I should say, as well. There's also a vinyl version of this too. Pick this split up. It's one of the best death metal splits of this year. And next up, we got an oldie but a goodie. Today is the Day, Temple of the Morning Star. This is my second favorite Today is the Day album behind In the Eyes of God. Just so evil and dirty sounding. I love Steve Austin. He is an incredible singer-songwriter, one of the best in extreme music. Pretty good shape here. I love this album. And these next three scores are from End of an Ear in Austin, Texas, when I was seeing Midnight. Prior to that, we hit up a few record stores just to drop off flyers, and then we went into End of an Ear, and I got a couple of CDs from there. First off, I'm so glad that I finally got this. The new Tombs, Savage Gold. This is an amazing piece of metal art. So destructive, so chaotic. Lots of great artwork to be found within the booklet. It's an amazing listen. And the last two CDs, I am so shocked that I even found these. Yeah. Anybody knows that, if anyone knows me very well, Cannibal Corpse is my favorite band of all time. They're the band that got me into metal. And when I saw these in the metal CD racks, I could not believe it. I did the research. I wanted to make sure that these were legit, and I believe that they are. This is Cannibal Corpse with Eaten Back to Life, Death Records, Metal Blade Records. You can see the barcode on here, the little side stuff. Yeah, great album. And my favorite album of all time, sealed, unopened, Tomb of the Mutilated. I could not believe it. I could not believe that they had Tomb of the Mutilated, the original version. I would hope this is the original version. Of course, you have the back of the cover, barcode. Once again, I tried to check Discogs to see if this is legit. I would hope this is legit. I'm probably not even going to open this because, I don't know. Maybe it's the collector in me, but still, I feel it's awesome to have the first press of my favorite album of all time. Wow. And now we're going to get to the vinyls. There's not a lot of vinyls here, so I'll just run by these real quick. I finally got this in. This is Water Torture with Pillbox through Nerve Altar. Yeah, really incredible power violence. Of course, you have the sheet with the lyrics and the credits. And it's on a standard 45 RPM black vinyl. Really incredible power violence. It's one of the best power violence releases of this year. Definitely pick that one up. And the last two vinyls are two that I've been looking forward to for quite a long while. These are some reissues. Metal Blade Records recently acquired the rights to license some reissues of some classic Roadrunner albums, most notably the King Diamond and Merciful Fate reissues, but there were also some other ones that were going to get the reissue treatments, and there was one in particular that I was extremely excited about. And let me show you the first one. This is the 2014 reissue of Deicide Legion. This is one of my favorite death metal albums ever. I love this album. I love and worship old Deicide. I think they did a bang-up job with this release. Of course, you got the sheet with the lyrics on one side, band photo. Very faithful replication of what was originally put out. And slip that back in here. And the vinyl is on a very thick, deep red colored vinyl. Beautiful, beautiful job done here. And last but not least, since I was mentioning King Diamond and Merciful Fate, let me show you Merciful Fate's Don't Break the Oath. This is another one of my favorite metal albums of all time, and pretty much my favorite release of anything that King Diamond has ever done. I love Merciful Fate. I love Don't Break the Oath. Incredible heavy metal. Once again, we have a sheet with lyrics and credits and all that stuff. And the vinyl color on here is another thick, heavyweight vinyl. Almost a yellowish gold sort of color. Beautifully done. Incredible job done here. I applaud Metal Blade for making these Roadrunner reissues happen, and I'm very optimistic in the future that more classic Roadrunner titles get the official reissue treatment. Hopefully someday Gorguts or Suffocation, or hell, maybe even the earlier Obituary releases. Hell, even Sepultura. I know there's a Sepultura one out there. Some of the older stuff, so... Yep, this was a long video, but thank you very much for sticking along with me. I'm going to conclude this video. Thanks all for watching. Thanks for joining my channel, and until the next time, Army Ho out.